do you want me to be more like society?
Well, son, I just want you to fit in with others.
How can I, when the blood of Justine, William, and Henry have all died by my hand?
What in God's name are you talking about? Are you mad?
I'm not mad! The sun in the heavens, who have viewed my operations, can bear witness of my truth. I am the assassin of those most innocent victims. 1,000 times I would have shed my own blood, drop by drop, to save their lives. I cannot. My father, indeed, I cannot sacrifice the whole human race.
He's deranged. I must occupy his mind with something else. Well, son, I'm leaving. If you need me, you know where I'm at.
Elizabeth.
I may hope to see you within 2 weeks. I will not disturb you at this period when so many misfortunes weighs upon you. But a conversation that I had with my uncle previous to his departure renders some explanation necessary before we meet. You well know, Victor, that our union had been the favorite plan of your parents ever since our infancy. We were affectionate playfellows during childhood and, I believe, dear and valued friends to one another as we grow older. Answer me, I conjure you, by our mutual happiness with simple truth. Do you not love one another? I confess it to you, my friend, and I love you, and our airy dreams of futurity, you have been my constant friend and companion. But it is your happiness I desire, as well as my own. When I declare to you that our marriage would render me eternally miserable unless we would dictate of our friend's choice. Be happy, my friend, and if you obey in this one request, remain satisfied that nothing on earth will have the power to interrupt my tranquility. Do not let this letter disturb you. Do not answer tomorrow, or the next day, or even until you come. If it will give you pain, my uncle will send me news of your health. If I see but one smile on your lips when we meet, occasioned by this or any other assertion of mine, I shall need no other happiness. Victor!
I fear, my beloved girl, that no happiness remains for us on earth, that all that I might one day enjoy is centered in you. Chase away your ideal fears. To you all alone do I concentrate my life and my endeavors for contentment. I have one secret, Elizabeth, a dreadful one. When revealed to you, it would chill your frame with horror. And then, far from being surprised at my misery, you will wonder that I survived what I have endured. I will confine this tale of misery and tell it to you the day after our marriage shall take place. For, my sweet cousin, there must be perfect confidence between us. But until then, I conjure you, do not mention or allude to it. This I must earnestly entreat you, and I know you will comply.
You, Victor, take Elizabeth to be a lawful wedded wife, to take care of her in sickness and in health, to love her and cherish her forever?
I did.
Do you, Elizabeth, take Victor to be your lawful wedded husband, to take care of him in sickness and in health, to love him and cherish him forever?
I do.
Ring. Victor, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
Elizabeth, repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Alright, I'll be right back, okay, honey? I'll make sure there's no monsters around. Alright, I'll make sure you're safe. Elizabeth! No! Elizabeth! Father, I have some terrible news. Elizabeth has died.
Oh, my favorite daughter has died? Who on God's good earth would ever do this? She's the best daughter any father could ever ask for. Oh.
No. Father! I'll get revenge. I promise you.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
I should probably keep my identity a secret so the monster doesn't know how close I am.
By the sacred earth on which I kneel, by the shade that wander nears me, by the deep and eternal grief that I felt, I swear, and by thee, O night, and the spirits that presides over thee, pursue the demon who causes misery until he or I should perish in moral conflict. For this purpose, I will pursue my life. To execute this dear revenge will I again behold the sun and bread and green harvest of earth, which otherwise should vanish from my eyes forever. And I call to you, spirit of the dead, and on you, wandering minister of vengeance, to aid and conduct me in my work. Let the cursed and hellish monster drink deep of agony. Let him feel the despair that now torments me.
Young man there, have you seen a abnormally large man come by?
Yes, I think so. If he's the one you're talking about, he went through the woods that way.
Thank you.
being a man. Caught here in a foreign place, won't lose my will to stay. I try to drive all through the night. The heat's so bitter weather, the barren empty sign. No oasis here to say. Singing deathless words to me. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn? Stop. Hammer time. Go with the. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Young villager, have you seen a figure come by here a couple hours ago?
Something came by about 3 hours ago. It went up that way.
Where does that lead me to if I go up there?
It leads you up to the mountains.
Thanks. So the monster came and took your supplies.
Yes, he did.
Is there any left I can have? This is all I have right now. I need to go up and chase after him.
That much? I can get you.
Alright, thank you.
Such a monster has the real existence. I cannot doubt it, yet I am lost in surprise and admiration.
Are you mad, my friend? Or whether does your senseless curiosity lead you? Would you also create for yourself and a world to my enemy? Learn from my misery. And do not seek to increase your own.
Frankenstein discovered that I made notes concerning his history. He asked to see them, and then himself corrected and augmented them in many places. Thus has a week passed away, while I have listened to the strangest tale that ever imagination formed. My thoughts and every feeling of my soul have been drunk up by the interest for my guest, which this tale and his own elevated and gentle manners have created. Yet he enjoys one comfort, the offspring of solitude and delirium. This faith gives him solemnly to his reveries that render them to me almost as imposing and interesting as true.
When younger, I believed myself destined for great enterprise. My feelings are profound, but I possess a coolness of judgment that filled me with illusion achievement. When I reflect on the work I had completed, no less a one than a creation of a sensation and relishing animal. I cannot rank myself for the herd of common projectors. My imagination was vital, yet my powers analyzed were instant. By the union of these qualities, I convinced the idea and execute the creation of a man. I thank you, Walton, for your kind intention toward so miserable a wretch. But when you speak of new ties and fresh affection, thank you that any can replace those who are gone. Can any man be to me as Elizabeth was, or any woman other than Elizabeth? Whenever I am smoothing voice of my Elizabeth, in the conservation of clever, will be ever whispered in my ear, they are dead, and no feelings in such a solitude can pursue me to pursue my life. But such is not my destiny. I must pursue and destroy the being whom I gave existence. Not my lot on earth would be fulfilled, and I may die.
My beloved sister, I write to you encompassed by peril and ignorant whether I am ever doomed to see dear England, and the dear friends at home. surrounded by mountains of ice which admit no escape and threaten every moment to crush my vessel. There is something terribly appalling in our situation, yet my courage and hopes do not desert me. My fortunate guest regards me with the tenderest compassion. Even the sailors feel the power of his eloquence. When he speaks, they no longer despair. He rouses their energies, and, while they hear his voice, they believe these vast mountains of ice are molehills which will vanish before the resolutions of man. The scene is just past of uncommon interest that although it is highly probable that these papers may never reach you, yet I cannot forbear recording it. We are still surrounded by mountains of ice, still in imminent danger of being crushed in their conflict. Frankenstein has daily declined in health. A feverish exertion, he speedily sinks again to the pieces. How all this will terminate, I know not, but I had rather die than return shamefully, my purpose unfulfilled. Yet I never willingly continue to endure my present hardships. The die is cast. I have consented to return if we are not destroyed. Thus are my hopes blasted by cowardice that I possess to bear this injustice with patience. It is past. I am returning to England. I have lost my hopes of utility and glory. I have lost my friend. The ice began to move, and roaring like thunder we heard at a distance as the island split and cracked in every direction.
Oh, it's not thus, not thus. Yet such must be the impression conveyed to you by what appears to be the purpose of my actions. Yet I seek not a fellow filling in my misery. No sympathy may I ever find. I am well satisfied that my abhorrence and opprobrium should be load my mind. Yet even the enemy of God and man had friends and associates in my desolation. I am alone. You, who call Frankenstein your friend, seem to have knowledge of my crimes and his misfortunes. But it is true that I am a wretch. I have murdered the lovely and the helpless. I have strangled the innocent as they slept, and grasped to death his throat, who never injured me or any other living thing. I have devoted my Creator, the select specimen of all that is worthy of love and admiration among men, to misery. I have pursued him even to the irremediable room. There he lies, white and cold in death. You hate me, but your abhorrence cannot equal that which I regarded myself. Fear not that I shall be the instrument of future mischief. My work is nearly complete. I shall quit your vessel, and shall seek the most northern extremity of the globe. I shall collect my funeral pile, and consume to ashes this miserable frame, that it remains may afford no light to any curious or unhallowed wretch who should create another as I have been. I shall die. I shall no longer feel the agonies which consume me, or be the prey of feelings unsatisfied yet unquenched. I shall no longer see the sun or stars, or feel the winds play on my cheeks. Polluted by crimes and torn by the bittersome remorse, where can I find but rest but death? Farewell, I leave you, and in the last of humankind to whom these eyes ever behold. Farewell, Frankenstein.
Do you still have your pants on? No?
Chris, you are not putting this on. You are not.
You do?
I'll kill you guys. Put it on. It's like
They're
this
coming out.
I have big chest.
How can I be happy when the blood of Justine, Henry, and William are on my shoulders?
So many misfortunes weighs upon you, but a compensation that I
I'll probably keep my identity a secret so the monster doesn't know how close I am.
Ah!